The GMC Yukon isn't just another full-size SUV, it's one of the biggest statements on four wheels, a machine that has quietly dominated highways, family road trips, luxury parking lots, and even celebrity garages for years. But here's the crazy part. Despite its massive popularity, there's one hidden truth about the Yukon that most buyers don't discover until after they've signed the paperwork. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is. At first glance, the Yukon looks like a rolling fortress. The bold grille, towering stance, and unmistakable road presence make it impossible to ignore. Whether you're looking at the standard model, the rugged AT4, or the ultra-luxurious Denali Ultimate, the Yukon has one mission: make everything else around it look smaller. And honestly, it succeeds. Park it next to most SUVs, and suddenly those vehicles start looking like compact crossovers. But the Yukon story goes far beyond size. GMC has spent years refining this SUV into something that blurs the line between utility and luxury. In fact, many buyers cross-shop the Yukon directly against premium brands that cost significantly more. That's because modern Yukons offer features you'd expect in vehicles wearing much more expensive badges. We're talking premium leather, massive digital displays, advanced driver assistance technology, and enough comfort to make long-distance travel feel effortless. Then there's the interior space. This is where the Yukon really starts flexing its muscles. Families love it because there's room for practically everyone and everything. Road trips become easier. Cargo hauling becomes less stressful. Even third-row passengers, who are usually treated like an afterthought in many SUVs, get genuine space to stretch out. That's a huge reason why the Yukon continues to attract loyal buyers year after year. Now here's where things get interesting. Underneath that giant body sits a surprisingly sophisticated setup. GMC's independent rear suspension transformed the Yukon's ride quality, making it feel far more refined than previous generations. Instead of bouncing over rough roads like a traditional truck-based SUV, the modern Yukon delivers a smoother, more controlled experience. It's one of those upgrades that completely changes how the vehicle feels from behind the wheel. And speaking of driving, the engine lineup deserves attention. The available V8 options provide the kind of effortless power buyers expect from a full-size SUV. Need to tow a boat? No problem. Pull a trailer? Easy. Merge onto a highway with confidence? The Yukon barely breaks a sweat. There's even an available diesel engine that surprised a lot of people by combining strong torque with impressive efficiency, proving that big SUVs don't always have to be thirsty fuel guzzlers. Now, if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, hit that like button and subscribe, because what we're about to discuss is exactly why the Yukon has become one of the most talked about full-size SUVs on the market. The real battle happens when the Yukon goes head-to-head with rivals. Vehicles from Ford, Jeep, and even luxury brands constantly challenge GMC's flagship SUV. Yet the Yukon keeps finding ways to stay relevant. Part of that comes down to versatility. Few vehicles can comfortably serve as a luxury cruiser during the week, a family transporter on weekends, and a capable towing machine whenever duty calls. That combination is surprisingly difficult to replicate. Of course, no vehicle is perfect. The Yukon's size can be intimidating in tight parking lots. Fuel costs can add up depending on the engine choice. And higher trim levels can push pricing into territory that makes some luxury SUVs look tempting. But despite those drawbacks, demand remains incredibly strong, because buyers understand exactly what they're getting: capability, comfort, and presence all wrapped into one package. Then there's the Denali factor. For years, the Denali badge has become almost a brand within a brand. Many people don't even say they own a Yukon. They say they own a Denali. That level of recognition is rare in the automotive world. It shows just how successful GMC has been at turning a practical SUV into a genuine status symbol. And now we arrive at the hidden truth I teased earlier. The biggest surprise about the GMC Yukon isn't its size, luxury, technology, or towing power. It's how well it holds its value compared to what many people expect. While plenty of large SUVs suffer steep depreciation, well-equipped Yukons often maintain strong resale demand because buyers trust the nameplate, love the capability, and know exactly what they're getting. That means the higher purchase price that scares some shoppers at first can be partially offset when it's time to sell or trade in later. And that may be the Yukon's greatest strength of all. It isn't trying to be the sportiest SUV. It isn't trying to reinvent transportation. Instead, it focuses on doing the fundamentals exceptionally well. Hauling people, carrying cargo, towing heavy loads, delivering comfort, and projecting confidence wherever it goes. In a market filled with trendy vehicles that come and go, the GMC Yukon continues to prove why it remains one of the most respected full-size SUVs money can buy.